Alright, so this actually helps us to make the process more efficient. Because otherwise every time you go for approval and it waits there for approval, let's say the manager is on leave. Unnecessarily. It keeps waiting on their inbox till the time they return. And they might say, I already approved it. I'm fine with this. How many times do I need to approve? It makes it less and less efficient. But so that's why consolidated approval is used. So there are some other types of tasks that we can also have from within a business process, like a batch, an integration, a report, or a service. We can trigger all of these from within a business process. You can trigger an integration. You can trigger a report or a service. We will see this. We will use this a lot when we are talking about integrations. We will use this integration report and service and batch when we talk about the integration business process. Service we will use here as well as part of the higher business process and as part of ACM. But integration we will definitely use when we are creating our integrations. So the point is, from within a business process, you can also trigger these type of additional processes. And then comes a very interesting topic which says routing restrictions. You can restrict who does those approval steps. You can restrict. Now let me give you an example. So let's say, this is your process. And the first in this particular step. Let's remove the consolidated approval. Let's say, in step C is an approval task. And it is to be done by the our partner. Alright. Then it goes for proposed compensation hire. It's an action step. Proposed comp to be done by the comp partner. Right. And then step E is approval by the manager. Okay. And then step F is action. Let's say background check. Okay, to be done by the recruiter. Okay. And step G is another approval to be done by HR partner. Okay. And followed by step H is onboarding. Right. These are our steps in the business process definition. This is how the organization works. Now you see, there are two approvals by the same HR partner. Correct. So now what happens if we want to say that, hey, you approved it once. So now somebody else has to do it. Sometimes organizations try to do it. Because it wants a second person to take a look. The same person. If they do it 2 times, might overlook some of the things. Or it might also lead to, let's say, abusing the system. Somebody abusing the system or misusing the system. Let's say the our partner is indulging in some malpractices. Right. So they will say, yeah, maybe they are hiring somebody they already know. Right, they have to gain something from hiring this person. They initiated the process. They review it, approve it. The compensation partner does the compensation. And then the HR partner talks to the manager and says, "Hey, why don't you approve this? This is an excellent candidate. We have done all the checks and balances. Please approve it." So the manager goes ahead and approves it. Then the recruiter does the background check. And again it comes for the final approval from the HR partner. But if it is the same person, let's say Ross Taylor did this approval. Again, if Ross Taylor does the approval again, it might lead to some unfair practices. Right. Because this person has too much control. So sometimes what the organizations do is they will say no. HR partner will do it. HR partner will do it. But if Ross is the one who has done it the first time, this has to be somebody else. So it cannot be Ross for the second time. Not Ross Taylor, somebody else. Okay. Does it sound fair? It's a good check and balance, right? Good way to restrict somebody. Again, think about it. Let's say, if Ross is the one who initiated the process, because HR partner has the ability to initiate a hire, right? So Ross is the one who initiated the hire in the first place, and he's the one who is approving over and over again. Is this good practice? No, right, he has too much control now. So sometimes what happens is you may want to restrict the initiator. So if you are the one who has initiated this, then you should not be the approver. Remember the situations where, let's say, if you have referred someone, maybe a friend or a family, to your organization. Can you be part of the hiring process? Can you be the interviewer? No. Why not? Because it won't be fair. It won't be fair for other candidates. You are the one who referred. So maybe you know the candidate personally, maybe friend, maybe family. Or maybe you get the referral bonus. And you are the one who is interviewing. So you have a bias. Isn't it? You have something to gain if the candidate goes through. So you are not allowed to be part of the interview process. Again, you are the initiator. In that case, you are the one who referred the candidate. So here also, if the HR partner is the initiator, we may want to restrict the HR partner from being the approver. We may also want to restrict the prior approvers. If somebody has already approved it once, then that person should not be allowed to approve it again. Got it. If you are one of the prior approvers, you do not need to approve it again, so we can put that restriction in place. And we can also say the event. Subject. We can also restrict the event. Subject, let's say we are doing a compensation change. We are doing a compensation change and it goes to the compensation partner for approval. And we are doing the compensation change for Logan. And Logan is the compensation partner. Right. Is this okay? Right, we are doing the compensation change for Logan. And Logan happens to be the compensation partner. So it goes to Logan for approval. Of course she would approve. Right. Or maybe yeah, she has the control now. So this is also something that can be restricted. Right, we may restrict the event subject from doing an approval. Okay. Now who is the event? Subject. The event subject is the worker on whom the business process is being run, on whom the event is happening. That is the event subject. Like, let's say we are doing a compensation change for Logan. And Logan is the compensation partner. So it goes to Logan for approval. Right, since Logan is the event subject. Right. So you have these three options. You may want to restrict the initiator. You may want to restrict prior approvers. Or you may want to restrict the event subject as well. Okay. But whenever you restrict something or somebody, make sure you have the escape route as well. So you may want to specify an alternate approver. Okay. Now let's say the initiator is not allowed. You have restricted the initiator. Or maybe you have restricted the prior approver. So H, our partner, cannot approve again.